Hi everyone, welcome to another week of A Walk with My Camera. I'm delighted you can join me. This week we're going to be in Canary Wharf, which is one of my favourite parts of London. I've chosen a circular walk and it has some absolutely stunning photo opportunities. I'm excited to show you. I hope I can do them justice. Let's get on. One of the best ways to travel to Canary Wharf is the DLR, Docklands Light Railway. It's not the only means of transport, but it's the most fun since its trains are typically driverless and kids, young and old, can sit in the front seat, which would normally be the driver's space. Hold on tight. I'm going to speed up this train taking us into Canary Wharf station. We won't get off there, we're going to carry on one more stop to Heron Quay station. The reason is that it's very close in distance and drops us right at the start of the walk. You can see Heron Quay station right in front of us just now. It's the square glass building on stilts.
This train is for Lewisham. The next stop is Heron Quays. When leaving the train, please remember to take all your belongings with you.
The next train at platform 2 is for Magnum.
Coming downstairs from the station, we're now in the heart of Canary Wharf. Looking across, we can see the arch of the Canary Wharf DLR station we've just passed through. And as we start walking towards the right along the side of the dock, we can see Canary Wharf station, this huge arch which is part of the Jubilee line station. Looking round to our right, we can see Reuters Plaza with its distinctive set of 6 clocks, and looking upwards there's One Canada Square, or as it used to be known, or perhaps still is, Canary Tower, the very first of the tall buildings to be built on Docklands. Turning to our left, we can see the DLR train crossing the bridge over the dock. This is quite an iconic scene. I've seen lots of beautiful photos of this, and it's something that I would be interested in taking a photo of, so that's one for my list of possibilities. We also have the chance to take a photo of a new residential building under construction. This one is called Newfoundland Quay, and it seems to be almost complete. Turning back to face our way ahead, we're looking at the thousands of evening papers being readied for distribution during rush hour. We're on the very appropriately named Bank Street because the majority of major banks have offices in this area. I'm going to walk into Jubilee Park now, through the gap in the hedge ahead. This beautiful garden is right next to the busy tube entrance. I call it the Magic Garden because it's so peaceful in comparison. Inside there's a raised stream of flowing water with a fountain in each part, and what I like most about this is the absolutely beautiful stonework. This statue never made much sense to me until one day I was passing by and I saw a couple standing on the raised platform and they were kissing, and suddenly it clicked into place. It can feel so quiet in here and so far away from the crowds in these gardens that sometimes it's a surprise to look up and see all the offices round about. And here in the middle of the gardens is one of the entrances to the shopping centres. This one's Jubilee Place, and it's on the level below. Coming out of the gardens on the other side, we can see the other entrance to the Jubilee line station, and opposite that, a coffee shop. I doubt this business area would survive if it wasn't fueled by coffee. I'm tempted to take a photo of this because I'd love to be able to photo neon properly. Looking back across the road, we can see that the station entrance on this side has an arch that's a mirror of the one on the other side. We're now on Upper Bank Street. Looking past the bus, we can see the new station that's going to be the Crossrail station on the new Elizabeth line. Under that padded exterior, there are some rooftop gardens. Here we pass the ice rink, and looking up, we can see that we have come all the way around on Canada Square, and we're now looking at it from another angle. The ice rink opens from November to February, and opposite the ice rink we have a Waitrose and a third space gym. Here we have the Ivy restaurant, another branch of the Ivy restaurant, which I'm beginning to think they're everywhere in London now. Walking along the side of the ice rink now, there are these beautiful benches that change colour, and I had to speed up this clip so you could see the change in colour, and actually on video it looks nothing as nice as it is in real life. It looks really beautiful when you see it and you can actually sit on them. It's starting to become a little bit dark now, and this area is really beautiful by twilight and in the night time. That's when it really comes into its own, and the twinkling lights just create a magical atmosphere. Around the ice rink there are lots of street food vans, bars. Here's a pop-up ice bar. There are restaurants, lots of places to sit and relax. They're all quiet now, but these really come alive at lunchtimes and in the evenings. During the afternoon when everyone's at work, it's very quiet. We're now continuing our walk in a circle and we're on the North Colonnade. Looking to the north, this beautiful entrance is the entrance to the new Crossrail station. And ahead of us, we've come in a full circle back to Canary Wharf station. We can now see it overground, crossing the road on a rail bridge. Walking along the North Colonnade, we can look in on our left into the shopping centre, and you can see why I said not to get off at Canary Wharf station, because inside it's a very complicated set of shopping centres on all different levels, lots of escalators, and the Canary Wharf station takes you right into the heart of this. So from there it would be quite difficult to find the way out to start the walk. Great if you want to go shopping though, you could lose yourself in there for absolute hours. There's a beautiful arch over the whole structure. And again looking up to One Canada Place. Now we're moving along the North Colonnade on the other side of the street, and it's absolutely beautiful, full of arches, lovely huge lamps, a beautiful tiled floor. The shops and restaurants are beautifully finished in wood. It's just a lovely place. Canary Wharf is home to some beautiful artworks, and this is one of them at the end of the North Colonnade. It would be worth a photo trip just to take photos of some of these on their own. Looking to the north across the bridge, we can see some of the very few remaining original dock buildings which have been converted into apartments and restaurants. We've now reached the beautiful fountains of Cabot Square, and again lots of things to photograph here. Lots of different opportunities, looking up, looking into the fountains, looking at the artworks, lots of choices. Looking across from Cabot Square, we have the facade of the Boysdale Scottish Restaurant, where I've had quite a few good evenings. And back onto the square itself and another artwork. This tiny pop-up restaurant is on the opposite side of the scale from Boysdale, but it looks so cute set next to the fountains with its twinkling fairy lights. We walked along the North Colonnade, across Cabot Square, and now we're on the South Colonnade, walking back towards One Canada Square. And we're now looking at Heron Quay Station from the opposite side of the dock as we walk around the dock to return back to it. It's becoming busier now as people start to leave work behind and head to the station or fill up the outdoor tables for an after-work drink. Reuters Plaza now takes on a different atmosphere as the lights come on and it starts to hint at rush hour. There were so many photos I could have chosen today, but in the end I couldn't resist the iconic building that is 1 Canada Square, especially as the lights are coming on. It exudes a glamorous image. It's the most photographed building in Canary Wharf, but there's a good reason why. And since I've been walking around it all day, this has to be the one. I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did like it, please give a like. Please hit the red subscribe button and the bell to be notified about the next one. Thank you so much for watching and have a great week.